What is up, Youtubelettes? It is PuddlesA1 here, and I'm bringing you another narrated Wi-Fi battle. Today, guys, got an OU match against JohnOrigins. He's a really good friend of mine as of recently, and if you guys do not know who he is, feel free to stick around to the end of the battle, where his link will be in the team preview. So, first and foremost, I want to apologize for not uploading at all this week. I've had to do a lot with hooking up the cable, hooking up the internet, running the cable through the entire apartment, hooking up the cables to splitters to get them to hook up to TVs and the internet. It was just a problem, and I didn't have Wi-Fi for a while, so I just couldn't upload things. I apologize. I really tried. I did. I recorded a lot of parts, but I just couldn't get them uploaded. So yeah, I did get this battle against John, and we do have 3 of the same Pokemon, that being Starmie, Tyranitar, and Skarmory. But Starmie is going to be the biggest problem because my team relies on hazards. It's my win condition, really, and I can't win the game without hazards. So Starmie is threat numero uno. So here we go. John actually leads off with the Starmie as I decide to lead off with my Landorus. I think that he predicted me to lead off with the Landorus because most Landori? Most of this Pokemon are defensive, as opposed to the Choice Scarf variant that I'm happen to be running. And I do go for the Choice Scarf U-turn. I get on out of there and go onto my Tyranitar to Pursuit Trap this Starmie on turn 2, which is fantastic because this was threat numero uno, like I told you. It was number 1 on Billboard's Top 100, and I do go for the Pursuit on this turn as he goes for the Surf, which look how much damage that did. I am max special defense and max HP in the sand. He told me afterwards that was a spec Starmie, which totally makes sense now, but I do luckily Pursuit Trap that guy correctly, as he, I assume, wanted to go into his Terrakion and to get the justified boost from a crunch, but he does pull a double switch out into his Latios here, or just a regular switch, because this is the second Pokemon to come in but his first switch. I don't want to take a Draco Meteor because I'm thinking this guy is Scarf, so I'm going to hard switch out into my own Skarmory as he hard switches out into his own Skarmory. So we got some hot Skarmory on Skarmory action, and I'm going to switch out again. No, I lied. He's going to switch out again for a triple switch out into his Tyranitar as I set up 1-layer spikes because I had the upper hand in that scenario because he does not have a spinner and I do. I know I can take a Fire Blast because I do have Sturdy intact, so I get 2 layers of spikes up, and I know that he's not going to want to risk a Fire Blast miss, so I'm going to stay in actually and go for the Roost, predicting him to go for Crunch or Pursuit. Most likely Pursuit to catch me on the switch out, but he does just go for the Stealth Rock, which I guess is the better play. It makes sense that he would go for Stealth Rock because risking Fire Blast missing would not be a good idea, and Crunch and Pursuit would not have been enough to take me out in the slightest bit. So I pull a switch out into my Tyranitar here to set up my Stealth Rocks because he does not have his Skarmory up, or he does not have Starmie anymore, and I need to break the Skarmory's Sturdy. So I do just that. I set up my Stealth Rock, and after I get my rocks up, I'm pretty much set with my Tyranitar. I don't want it anymore. He brings in this Terrakion, and I'm like, perfect, I really don't need this. I was going to save it for Latios, but it's right here that I realized that his Terrakion is not choiced in any way. So, because he goes for the Hidden Power Ice, and then he's going to go for the Close Combat. When he went for Hidden Power Ice, I was like, this is mind-blowing. I had no idea what was going on, but I realized that I can go, as long as he goes for Draco Meteor on something and he kills it with his Latios, I can go into my Lucario and hopefully sweep from there. So I'm going to try and play around until that happens. It's really what I start doing here. So I actually just switch out here into my Starmie, predicting him to want to go into his Skarmory so I can start going for Scalds and, getting rid of hazards and then also burning the Skarmory so I can do stuff to it. But he does go out into Skarmory, which is really nice, and he's actually going to pull a switch out into his own Terrakion. I lied. Into his own Tyranitar, and I go for the Scald here. I'm hoping to get the burn because that would be really, really nice in this scenario, but unfortunately for me, I do not get the burn. That looks like 25% to me, but after leftovers, it's obviously not going to be 25%. So I'm really hoping that that's minimum damage, and I can keep doing that much damage. So I go for the Scald here, and I really don't think that I do nearly as much as I did last time. But luckily for me, I do get the Scald burn, and he's going to go for the Crunch and get the defense drop, which was like, okay, cool, awesome. Saw that coming. So here, I predict him to want me to save my Starmie and want me to switch out. So I'm going to go for the Recover, predicting the Pursuit to happen, and that's exactly what's going to happen. I'm going to go up to 307 HP, I believe, 301, and he's going to go for the Pursuit. And after the defense drop, that's going to do like 100 damage, which is way too much for me to want to switch out on. So I'm actually going to stay in here and go for another Scald because after this burn damage, I feel really comfortable that I can take him out with a Scald, barring like very, very minimum damage. Luckily for me, I do take out his Tyranitar, and he's going to go out and do his Latios here, and this is exactly what I needed to happen. I'm going to switch out into my Salamence. Really, don't ask me why I did that, because staying in would have been the exact same, because I would not have been able to take a Draco Meteor from a Latios. But I guess switching on to Salamence was, hey, Salamence gets to hit the field, take a super effective hit, and die. So I guess Salamence did a thing, but I get to go out into my Lucario now because he's at -2 and I resist the Draco Meteor, so I know I get a free Swords Dance up as he goes out into his Skarmory. I fear nothing from this Skarmory because, as Mystical has told me, the only reason why I made this team was so that Lucario could take out a Skarmory at +2 with a Life Orb, Adamant, Close Combat after Stealth Rock's entry, and that's exactly what happens. So that's a dead Skarmory, and you guys pretty much know what happens from here. He goes out into his what's this thing called? Terrakion, and I go for the Bullet Punch. I'm going to take it out. I get Terrakion and Tyranitar mixed up because they're on the same team a lot and they have similar sounding names, kind of. So the one thing that I saw stopping me was this Latios, because I didn't know if I could take it out with an extreme speed. But after seeing how much damage it had taken from Stealth Rock entry and then Sandstorm damage, I'm pretty sure that I could take it out with the extreme speed. And he sends in the big threat here, the Scizor. I don't go for the Bullet Punch or the extreme speed. I decided to go for the Close Combat because, you know, why not? Close Combat's animation is pretty cool, and I get to beat up a Scizor in the process. So that's going to be GG JohnOrigins. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys do not know who John is, please click from the Star Me all the way to the Scizor. It'll take you directly to John's channel. Like his stuff, favorite it, comment on his stuff, subscribe to him is the #1 thing I want you to do, because he is a really awesome YouTuber and he does provide really good content. There's a battle that we have had previously on there. I will be uploading that end of the battle sometime soon. Not really revealing when yet, but hint hint, wink wink, nudge nudge, poke poke, if you guys don't realize after watching it when it's going to be uploaded. But yeah, anyway, if you guys want to see my last video, click the Lucario. If you want to see my next video, click the Landorus. I have been working on stuff for Pokemon Pit Beta, so expect an upload from me on that channel. That should be pretty cool. I hope you guys enjoy that when it's up there. For those of you that want to, you know, check out the Mosh Pit, if you guys haven't already, which you guys probably have, because a lot of you probably came from the Mosh Pit. So anyway, I'm going to stop rambling. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great day. Have a great night. Peace, love, and later, Gators.